Hey, Zach. Tonight you're going to get Boquist back in the lineup. This is I believe it's the third time that he's had to miss time, obviously. As a young defenseman yourself, you went through this whole thing of trying to develop. You had some injury situations. I just wondered if you could kind of share, what some of the challenges are, when you've got to deal with health and injury stuff that you can't control and you're trying to develop as a young defenseman.
Yeah, injuries happen. COVID happens. You miss time for whatever reason. I think as a young player, and I still learn these things too. This year and years past and whatnot. But I think the main thing is you have to play and you have to be put in situations in order to learn and in order to grow as a player. And I think all our D and all our young D that have been here have done a great job of learning and growing. But when you miss time, it's hard to kind of be put in those situations. I think every game, brings something new to the table and a new situation, a new opportunity. And I think whenever you're missing time, it's one of those opportunities that are missed. But I think, like I said, I think our D has been doing a good job of trying to get back, trying to get healthy, and when they do come into the lineup, they're ready to go. So. It's a great addition having Boki back tonight. Obviously, he brings a lot to our team. I think he'll be ready to go.
How challenging is it to deal with frustration when you're in those periods where you can't get on the ice?
Yeah, it's tough. Every player wants to play, and everyone hates missing time. But like I said, there's some things you can't control, and injuries are part of it. And there's no real need to get frustrated. It's part of the game, and things happen for whatever reason. So I think the main thing I've learned with dealing with injuries over the year is they're out of your control, and you can't get frustrated at them. You just got to come in and approach each day. Whether that's the rehab you're doing or strengthening or whatever it is, you got to just come in. Come in all open-minded and put that work in and try and get back as soon as you can. So definitely can get frustrating at times, but I think the main thing is to make sure you're coming in and putting the work in different areas to get back healthy.
Yeah. And it's not like Boquist hasn't played this year. He's had several longer stretches. What have you learned about his game this year, or is it about what you expected coming over from Chicago?
I think we had high expectations for him coming here, and I think he's lived up to them. I think you can see his offensive side of the game. I think he's really creative. Obviously, he has that scoring touch. Seems like if you put him in a scoring spot, he's going to find the back of the net, and he makes plays up the ice. He makes plays in the breakout. He's been a lot of fun to watch so far. I've learned a lot from watching him and how he approaches the game offensively, and I think he's only going to continue to grow, and that's the exciting part is just knowing his ceiling and knowing how much more room he has to grow as a player. And like I said, he's a huge part of our team now, and I'm excited to see what it is in the future.
Thanks, Zach.
Next, we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Madison. Hey, Zach, just kind of on that topic, but not related to the Blue Jackets. I just wonder if you have a comment on what Keith Yandle did last night and just how amazing that is to play that many consecutive games, avoiding all of the things you were just talking about.
Yeah, it's incredible. In my eyes, it's probably one of the greatest accomplishments in hockey, to be honest. To avoid injury, to avoid sickness. I'm sure there's games he was banged up and games where he didn't feel great, but to be in the lineup every night since 2009 and play at a high level of hockey. Obviously, he's been one of the most productive defensemen offensively in this league over that span, and to not miss a game and to be in the lineup to play every night, play big minutes, make big plays. What an accomplishment that is, and I said this earlier. I think playing 1,000 games is one of the coolest things you can do, and to play almost 1,000 in a row is, it's unheard of. So that's awesome.
Yeah, there's got to be nights too when you just, for whatever reason, you're just not feeling it. For a guy to keep himself in the lineup like that over that span is remarkable.
Yeah, for sure. You know, there's a lot of nights throughout a season where, you know, you wake up from your nap and you're not feeling great, or, you know, your head might not be there. There's things going on at home or whatever it is. And, you know, for him to play at a high level every single night for those 965 games, you know, I'm sure there's, you know, bad nights here and there, but to consistently play at a level that's, you know, kept him in the lineup for this long is remarkable. And, you know, hopefully he hits 1,000 games in a row. It'd be pretty cool to see.
Thanks, Steve.